In today's video, I'm going to expose the secrets that burglars use to target and break into your home. And the tips that I'm going to give in this video is going to help give you an advantage over these criminals and to protect your home. Right after the channel intro. Welcome to this community. I'm an avid prepper and oath keeper, and I'm certified to teach firearms and the use of deadly force. If you want to learn actual prepping skills and how to protect yourself legally, then please subscribe and also click the bell icon so you won't miss whenever a video is released. As a detective, I've had the pleasure of arresting more than just one burglar during my career. And one thing that I've learned about burglaries is that victims usually say that the biggest loss that they suffer in a burglary is not the loss of the electronics or whatever other items that was stolen out of their house, but that their safety and security feeling that they had inside of their house was their biggest loss in that burglary. After a burglary, many times a victim will become hypersensitive to little bumps and noises that happen at night. And then many of them will also start to wonder what would have happened if they had unexpectedly walked in the middle of that burglary. And then many of them will also develop a great fear that that burglar is going to come back. So to help keep your house from being broken into and your house being ransacked, and to help lessen the chances of you finding an armed intruder inside of your home, let's jump right into the ways that burglars commonly use to break entry into your house. A very common way for burglars to make entry into your house, especially while you're sleeping, is to use your garage door opener to open up your overhead garage door and then walk straight into your house through the unlocked service door that goes from your garage to your house. A lot of people use their attached garage as storage space or workspace instead of a parking space. So they're many times forced to park their car in their driveway where they leave their overhead garage door openers inside of that car. And many thieves know that these garage service doors that lead from the inside the garage to inside of the house, that many people leave these doors unlocked. So these burglars will just simply break into your car that's parked on the driveway. Then they'll just simply use the garage door opener inside of your car to open up the overhead garage door. And then they simply just walk right into the house through your unlocked service door. And another way that burglars commonly make entry into homes is through weak doors. It's only usually about an inch of wood that's actually holding your door into place when it's locked. And this is many times very easily defeated by a burglar with a good kick. Now, if you're like me and you don't have the money to get the steel doors and the steel frames completely around your doors, then something simple and fairly inexpensive like the Door Devil can be purchased and installed in your door within minutes. And something like this will make your doors much harder, if not impossible, for a burglar to actually be able to kick your doors in. Plus, burglars don't like safety measures like these because they cause the burglar to have to work extra hard to create extra noise, and they rob the criminal of precious time that he has to get into your house to get the goods and to get out before he's caught by a neighbor or somebody else. Now, I do personally have these anti-kick devices installed on my house. And if you would like to check them out, then a link should be appearing in the upper right hand corner of the screen just about now, and that link will take you to my website's online store. And just scroll down to the Prepper Safety and Security options, and then from there you can check out some of the different options that you could use for anti-kick devices for your home. And another common way that burglars will make entry into your home is by breaking a window and crawling in. So putting safety film on your windows will really help to keep a burglar out or really slow him down. And while window film isn't bulletproof or bullet resistant, again, it will just make it that much harder for the burglar to actually gain entry into your home. And it again just increases the chances of that burglar just giving up on your home and just moving on to an easier target. And the biggest part about having hardened doors and hardened windows for your home is that the harder that the criminal has to work to gain entry into your house, then the better of a chance that you have of the burglar injuring himself. And if the burglar does injure himself, then there's a good possibility that he'll leave blood or DNA evidence or other evidence behind that will help assist identifying and capturing him. And if you would like to check out some of the security film that will help keep burglars from breaking into your house, then again click on the link that should be appearing in the upper right hand corner of the screen about now. Again, scroll down to the Prepper Safety and Security options and look for the film down there. A lot of people inadvertently advertise to burglars that they have expensive items inside of their homes because of their expensive landscaping outside of their home. A lot of burglars know that if somebody's willing to spend that much money outside of their home, then they're more than likely willing to spend a lot of money inside of their home. And you also want to be very careful about what valuables inside of your house can be seen from the outside of your house through your windows or doors or what have you. When you're driving down a residential street in the evening time and you see people's big screen TVs playing through their living room windows or what have you, good people like us just see a large screen TV. But we have to remember that when criminals see that, they're seeing that as a target, as a reward to come back and break into that person's house at a later time. Those people that allow it to be seen that they have expensive electronics and other valuable items inside of their home, they are reaffirming to criminals that they have a payoff if they do break into that house. And burglars also take notes of boxes for TVs and other expensive electronics that people put out at their curb for trash day. When people leave these empty boxes of the expensive items that they've bought, when they leave these empty boxes at the curb, they're just advertising. They are again reaffirming to the burglar that they will have a definite payoff if they come back and break into that home. And while many burglaries do happen by burglars that do canvass neighborhoods looking for easy houses to hit, many burglaries also happen because they have been invited inside of that home beforehand and they have personally seen the valuable items that that house contains. So just be very careful about who you hang out with, what friends that you keep, what friends that you invite to your house. And then if you have teenagers, what friends are they having come over to your house? And I have seen multiple stories of people that have been burglarized because they advertised on social media that they were going out for the evening or leaving on vacation. Do the smart thing. Post your pictures and your videos of your night out or your vacation when you return back home. You would be surprised to find out how many people leave windows and doors unlocked, whether they live in the country or whether they live in the city. But it will surprise you how many people leave doors and windows unlocked either on accident or on purpose. Burglars will go door to door just looking for unlocked doors. So many burglaries can be prevented just by simply locking your doors and windows, whether you're at home or whether you're gone. There has even been many people who's been doing yard work in their backyard just to go inside to find their home burglarized and ransacked because they left their front door unlocked while they were working in the backyard. And there's also a lot of people that live in two-story homes that leave the windows on the second story unlocked. Whether it's because the homeowner feels like it's safe to leave the second story windows unlocked, or whether it's because they have teenagers who like to leave the windows to their bedrooms open, it is just not uncommon to find second story windows unlocked at houses. And then while these homeowners leave their second floor windows unlocked, then they will also leave a ladder in the backyard, giving that criminal a convenient way to reach those unlocked second story windows. And real quick, a poll should be appearing in the upper right hand corner of the screen just about now, and do me a favor and go take that poll and let us know if you've ever been a victim of a burglary, and also comment down below what happened in that burglary. Let us know how they gained entry, what items they took, if the bad guy was captured, and any other valuable lessons that we could learn from your experience. Folks, I've heard more than one person say that they don't need a gun for self-defense or they don't need a burglar alarm because they have a good guard dog. But in my career, I've seen more than one good guard dog that was easily defeated by a burglar using a simple pellet gun. Pellet guns are silent, and it usually only takes 1 or 2 good shots from one of those to make a good guard dog to go yipping to a back room. In my years of experience, I have found that having a well-rounded security plan that contains multiple layers of security for your house is what's going to work best to keep your home from being broken into. And yes, having a good guard dog is great, and it is a very valuable part of a security plan that has multiple layers. hardened doors, hardened windows, an alarm system, video surveillance, etc. And if you do utilize a home alarm at your home, make sure you actually use it and actually turn it on while you're sleeping and while you're gone. And nothing broadcasts that you don't use an alarm anymore than an old and peeling home alarm sticker. So be sure to replace your alarm signs every several years so that a potential burglar knows that you have a home alarm and that you use it. And I personally prefer to use generic alarm signs because I do not want potential burglars knowing what kind of a system that I use. If you check it out and research it, there are plenty of videos on the internet showing you how to defeat certain alarm systems. And again, if you would like to check out some of these generic security signs, and click on the link that should be appearing in the upper right hand corner of the screen about now, and just scroll down till you get to the prepper safety and security options. And using video surveillance at your home is great also. If your home does get burglarized, it may help identify who the burglar was. And it will definitely give you a good date and time stamp of when the burglary actually happened or the crime against your property was committed. And it's just one more thing to tell that burglar to pass your house on by and find an easier target. What I have found over the years is that for most criminals and burglars is that it's all about risk versus reward. The more that a burglar knows that he has a reward waiting for him inside of your home, then the more chances that he will take and the more risk that he will take and the harder that he will work than to gain entry into your home. But on the flip side, if he thinks that there's a high probability that he's going to walk out of a home empty-handed, and there's also a high probability that he will get caught breaking into that home, then the more likely he's just going to pass that house by and then go to a home that's going to be easier to hit and have a bigger payoff for him. So think about it this way. Would a burglar want to have to break into a hardened structure to only score $5? Or would he rather score $1,000 that was just lying on the street with nobody around to see him take it? It's the same simple principle for your home. The less that a criminal thinks that he will get from your home and the harder that he thinks he has to work for it, the more he's just going to leave your house alone. So the perfect example would be a burglar is casing out a neighborhood and he sees your home. And he sees that it looks like that you have an alarm system that you use. And he sees that you have video surveillance. And he sees that you have hardened doors. And then he also sees that there are absolutely no signs that you have anything of value inside of that house. Then he's more than likely just going to pass your house on by and go to a neighbor's house that has their big screen TV showing through their living room window. Now, I know that some of you are going to say, hey, when you have all of that security, then you're advertising to the criminal that you do have things of value inside of your house worth protecting. And that's true, but many times burglars want to know that there's a payoff for them, a reward for them, before they want to try to bypass all of that security and risk getting injured and risk getting caught. And that burglar also will not know if all of that security is to protect valuables or if you're just serious about protecting your own safety. And if you would like to learn the advantages and disadvantages of taking a gun away from a bad guy that's holding you at gunpoint, then click on the link appearing in the upper right hand corner of the screen about now and learn more about gun disarm. And if you would like to see a pretty easy, simple step-by-step process of one way to find and join a prepper group before SHTF happens, then click on this card on the right hand side of the screen. Anyways folks, if you made it this far, hey, thank you very much for watching, and I pray that you have a good night.